Hey there guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Lost Odyssey. In the last episode we went through the great ancient ruins and fought the ancient fiend at the top. And then we left and got the core for the Nautilus. So now we are able to traverse through the hypercurrents, which is places that we could not reach because of the strong tornadoes on the ocean. So at the end of the episode, I headed over to Namora Atoll and did some level grinding. A quick summary of what I did was I got Tolton and Sed to level 49. So I caught them up to the rest of my party. Well, not quite to the rest of my party because my main party is at level 52. But I did catch them up in level to the mortal characters, which are all level 49 except Mac, who is at level 48. But more importantly, I learned all of these skills off of Sed and Tolton. And if you looked, Sed has some really interesting skills, such as double item, which allows 2 items to be used in one turn, auto shield, which is always have shield in effect, and auto barrier, which is always have barrier in effect. Resourceful increases the effect of items used during battle. Double gold, which doubles the gold obtained after every winning battle. Double loot, which is occasionally doubles the items obtained after winning a battle. Double experience, which doubles the experience obtained after winning a battle. And my favorite, double SP, which doubles the SP obtained after winning a battle. If you guys want to do some level grinding, I highly recommend learning double SP first and equipping that to your characters. And you only have to equip that to one character in order for the whole party to receive the effect. And also double experience is what I would learn second, because the SP allows you to learn skills quicker and the experience allows you to level up quicker. So once you have these two, you only have to equip them to one character that's in battle. Say for instance you're using my party, which is Kime, Sed, Seth, Sarah, and Ming. You can equip double experience onto Kime so that everybody is learning is getting double experience, and then equip double SP to Seth so that everyone is getting double the amount of SP. And also, if you have Sed in your party as one of your main battle members, then you don't have to equip this to any of these characters because Sed is already equipped with them. But just in case you move Sed out of your party, in case you want to level Tolton up, you can have that effect still. So what we did was we learned all of the skills for everybody with our immortals. So as you can see, Jansen has learned 16 of 16 available skills, Cook 17 of 17, Max 16 of 16, Sed 16 of 16, and Tolton 17 of 17. And the same is for all of our immortals. We have learned all the skills possible. Also, if you go to your accessories, you'll have a list of accessories that have abilities that need to be learned. And in case you don't know this, which you probably should already because we're near the end of the game, you have learned a ability off the accessory whenever there are 3 stars beside the accessory. So I'll go ahead and quickly show you that we have learned the ability off every accessory for our immortals, and that's with all of our immortals. Yeah, it's for all of our immortals. But if you guys are still trying to figure out a party of who to use, because on my first playthrough I did not use Sarah and Ming. I just used Kime, Sed, Seth, Mac, and Tolton. Or no, I used Kime, Seth, Tolton, Mac, and Jansen. That was my first playthrough's party members, but I found it to be very challenging during the end of the game. So if you're trying to get a party that will dominate every boss that you encounter for the rest of the game, I would highly suggest using Kime, Seth, Sarah, and Ming. Your 4 immortals are going to be your powerhouse characters. So if you're trying to figure a party out, definitely use all 4 of the immortals. They're hands down the best characters in the game. And you may be thinking that it's a lot of work, and it is, because you have to learn all of the skills off your mortals with 4 different characters. But it's definitely rewarding because you're going to have the most overpowered party that you can possibly have. And for your 5th character, you can use any of the immortals. My 2 favorites personally are Ced and Cook. Ced because he has good HP, his rifle ignores defense, and yeah, he's a good all-around character. He's got those good skills on him. He's got auto barrier, auto shield, and he has the double item trick. Also a plus is he can equip 3 different accessories. So I went ahead and put the power bangle, which is attack boost, gigantus brooch, which is HP max up 3, and the toughness brooch, which is HP max up 2. And if you want, you can replace the power bangle with a life brooch, which will give you HP max up 1. That way his HP is up near the 4,000 range, which makes him a very good character to have in the front row because you have an unstoppable guard conditioning defense, which right now mine is at 14,235, which protects my 2 characters in the back row significantly. But you can also use any of the other characters if you tend to like one, such as Tolton, because he's got really good equipment, such as his swords. Mac has very good physical damage because he has combo, and he's got an access to very good spirit magic. Cook is my 2nd favorite character to use for the mortals because she has a really high casting time, which is something that other mortals don't have. Like Jansen, he has the access to the black magic, but his casting time is low, whereas Cook will definitely cast it a lot faster. So the choice is yours. Whatever characters you guys want to use, go ahead. Ced is definitely probably the best mortal that you can use, but if you don't want to use him, then I would definitely recommend Cook. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys what we did, and you're probably wondering, OMG Re-Up, what's some good skills that I can use to buff my characters out so that I have an unstoppable edge in battle. So I'll quickly give you an idea of what you want to equip to your mortals. First of all, if you have been following this guide from the very beginning, you will have all of the available slot seeds up to this point, which allows you to put a bunch of slot seeds on your immortals. Now what I suggest doing is evening them out. So if the number of slots available for Kime is at 10, you're going to want to make sure that Seth has 10 available slots, Ming has 10 available slots, and Sarah has 10 available slots. You want to keep the immortals balanced out when it comes to skill slots. And finally, here are the list of skills that I have equipped to my immortals. First of all, a good tip to use is to make sure that each of the characters have the following skills equipped in the same skill slot. As you get farther down, I really didn't want to go and rearrange them all, so I got kind of lazy, and some of the skills are scattered in different spots. But if you want to keep track of all your skills and make sure that everyone has the same stuff, I highly recommend putting the skills in the same slot as your other immortals. But here we are. We have in our first slot we have level 6 black white magic, level 7 spirit magic, HP max up 2, 3 accessories, ultimate analysis, slot plus 3, attack boost 1, combo, lucky 0 magic damage, persistence, elements resistance up, slot plus 5, absorb attack, special accessory, HP max up 3, double experience, royal equipment, complete defense. And that's all for Kime. For Sarah, or for Seth, we have level 6 black white magic, level 7 spirit magic, HP max up 2, 3 accessories, ultimate analysis, slot plus 3, attack boost 1, combo, turn tail, absorb attack, elements resistant up, slot plus 5, double SP, special accessory, HP max up 3, complete defense, royal equipment, and persistence. Now, the abilities are going to be slightly different for Sarah and Ming because they are magic casters. So I'm trying to focus on stuff that will improve magic damage, stuff that will improve casting time or reduce casting time, and stuff that will reduce casting interference. So for Sarah, we have level 6 black white magic, level 7 spirit magic, reduce casting time 2, 3 accessories, level 3 composite magic, slot plus 3, anti-seal, mental stability 1, level 8 white magic, black staff, slot plus 5, special accessory, absorb attack, HP max up 2, HP max up 3, complete defense, royal equipment, and persistence. And the same goes for Ming. We have level 6 black white magic, level 7 spirit magic, reduce casting time 2, 3 accessories, level 3 composite magic, slot plus 3, anti-seal, mental stability 1, level 8 white magic, absorb attack, white staff, slot plus 5, HP max up 2, special accessory, HP max up 3, complete defense, royal equipment, and persistence. Now you can take it farther and you can equip accessories. Now that we have the 3 accessory skill, we can equip 3 different accessories. So if you have some specific accessories that you want to add on to your immortals to boost them up even farther, you can go ahead and individually equip abilities to your characters depending on what you want them to have. Now one last thing is I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys why I chose the abilities that I did. You want the highest level black white magic that you can get. You want the highest spirit magic you can get for all your characters. This gives you access to any type of magic that you want to cast during battle. HP max up 2 and 3 to boost your character's HP significantly. You want 3 accessories so you can equip 3 accessories, and you obviously want slot plus 3 and slot plus 5 to increase your skill slots. Now attack boost you definitely want onto your 2 physical attackers, which is Kime and Seth. So you definitely want that along with combos so you can do massive damage to bosses. Persistence is a very good skill to have because you stay alive even when your HP is down to 0. So if you're at 10 HP, you have like no HP, and someone hits you for 1,000 damage, you will still stay alive because you have the persistence ability. Now it only works once per battle, or if you heal and bring your HP back up, you'll get hit again, and if you should die, you will still live because you have healed. But if an enemy attacks you and brings your HP down to 1 and you should have died, but then hits you again before you can heal, you're gonna die. So it only works once. But that's a very great skill to have. Lucky 0 magic damage is awesome because whenever you get hit with a magic attack, sometimes randomly it will reduce the damage to 0, so you don't take any damage. So that could keep you alive for a very long time. Elements resistance up. Now there is a better skill which nullifies all element damage, which means any magic that's cast on you, if it's fire, water, wind, or earth, you won't be hurt by it. But we don't get that ability until later in the game. So for now we're just using elements resistant up, which will reduce the damage taken from them, which is definitely a great skill. Ultimate analysis is very good to have because before we were using status, factual, or treasure analysis, which lets us see certain things But with ultimate analysis, you can see every enemy detail that you need to know. Their HP, their element type, their what treasures they're holding, everything. You get to see everything with ultimate analysis. So I would definitely equip that to your characters. And another very good thing to have is absorb attack. Now there is absorb attack and there's absorb magic. Absorb attack, what happens is when an enemy comes up and hits you, sometimes you will absorb it and it'll heal you, which is very awesome. And then you can absorb magic, which works the same way. You will absorb magic damage randomly. So unfortunately I don't have enough slots to equip that yet, but when I do, I will definitely get absorb magic. The special accessory ability allows you to equip special accessories which you normally wouldn't be able to equip. So I definitely get that. Royal equipment, what that does is it allows you to equip all of Tolton's badass swords. And Tolton swords are so much better than any other sword because it has pretty much double the attack power. So I would definitely get royal equipment. Also, he has some very good accessories that he can equip, such as the elements resistance up. Without royal equipment, you wouldn't be able to equip that accessory onto your skills to learn it in the first place. So royal equipment is really good, especially for your main physical attackers, because as you can see, I now have the Master Sword, which is Tolton only, equipped to Kime, and the weapon attack power is 254. So that's a huge boost for physical damage. And normal people, they only use Tolton because of his swords. Because of his badass swords. He gets the best swords in the game. But as long as you learn that royal equipment skill and equip it to one of your immortals, you can now have your immortals doing massive damage, which is way better than using Tolton. So that's why I have royal equipment, mainly for the swords and the accessories that are just Tolton only, which are now immortals too. And lastly, well, double experience, obviously, because you get double experience. And lastly, complete defense. Now this skill is possibly one of the best skills you can get in the game. What this skill does is, if you're going up against a boss that is extremely powerful and his attacks will like wipe you out in one hit, all you gotta use is complete defense. What that does is it nullifies all damage for a while. I'm talking like 4 or 5 turns, possibly even longer. So if you cast complete defense and you're in a boss battle, you will take 0 damage for 4 or 5 turns, which allows you to completely unload on the boss without having to worry about healing because you're not taking any damage. So this skill I would recommend equipping to all of your immortals. It's very important to have. Complete defense is awesome. So that takes care of Seth and Kime's abilities. Now moving on to Sarah. For Sarah and Ming, we do something a little bit different. You want level 3 composite magic, mainly because if you go up against a group of regular enemies, say there's like 6 enemies that you're going against, you can attack every single one of them in one turn with all Flaris, or say for example. Instead of having to individually take them out, you now have access to all skills, which lets you attack all the enemies with the same attack. So level 3 composite magic is awesome. Definitely equip that to Sarah and Ming. And to support their magic casting, you want to get reduced casting time too. This reduces the spell casting time. So normally you have to wait, 2 or 3 turns to cast the most powerful spell in the game. Well, if you got reduced casting time, you're only going to have to wait 1 turn. It's just like the name says, it reduces your casting time. A very awesome skill to have for Sarah and Ming, which are your primary magic users. Black Staff, which works just like royal equipment, except it allows you to equip Jansen's awesome black staffs that have a lot of magic damage. So you can either use Black Staff on both of your immortals, or Ming or Sarah. But I use the Black Staff on Sarah, mainly because she is my hardest hitter when it comes to magic. Ming and Sarah are pretty much even. It all depends on preference, really. But I have the Black Staff equipped to Sarah so that she can now equip Jansen's badass staffs. Um, Everything else is pretty much the same except for mental stability. Now what this does is it reduces interference with magic casting speed caused by enemy attacks. So say you're waiting to cast a very powerful spell and you have to wait a turn. Sometimes the enemies will hit you, and if they hit you while you're charging up that spell, it will interfere with your spell casting time, and they can put it off until 2 turns. So you start off only having to wait 1 turn, but if you take a bunch of hits, you're going to have to wait 2 turns, and they can keep putting off your magic attack. So as long as you have mental stability, that will reduce the likeliness of them postponing your magic attacks. So later on, we will get the skill, and it's learned off of Cook, called Mental Stability 2, which will really help you out with that. But for now, we can only use number 1. So another thing to take note of is anti-seal. Now you definitely want to put that on Ming and Sarah because they're your main magic attackers. And if you get silenced, well, silenced in other games, but in this game what it does is it blocks your magic. So the last thing you need is to be in a battle and Ming and Sarah can't use any magic because they have been sealed. So if you have anti-seal, that will prevent that from happening. And let's see here. The last thing we're going to take note of is the level 8 white magic. Now unfortunately we don't have access to level 8 black-white magic. So for now I'm just using level 8 white magic, which really doesn't matter because all of the level 8 white magic skills are locked anyways. We don't have access to them. Even though we can use them, we haven't found them yet. So it's pretty much kind of pointless to have that on there, but I put it on there anyways. But that will change whenever I have level 8 black-white magic. I'm just going to completely remove that, and it's going to be used for something better. But for now I have that on there. So that's the same, and of course everything else is the same as Kym and Sarah. Royal equipment, persistence, complete defense, max HP 2 and 3, 3 accessories, slot plus 3, slot plus 5, all that stuff is the same. So that concludes the skills that I have equipped. I haven't got to do a video on this, so I made this for your guys' convenience, so that you know how to buff your characters up. I don't know if you guys have played this before and are just replaying it, or if you're clueless on what to equip. So I went ahead and made a video just in case you guys didn't really know. If you took the time to learn all of these skills, you want to know how to properly equip them so that your characters are super powerful. So with that taken care of, if you want, you can go the extra distance and equip accessories to boost your characters up even farther. But right now I don't really see the point of doing that because we are already overpowered and we have some of the best skills in the game. But there are going to be more skills. So once we have all of the available skills in the game, I will do another video to show you guys what to replace your skills with, because we're going to be replacing a lot of these skills in the future with even better skills. Yeah. So I hope this video was useful for you guys. We didn't really get much done, but I did want to explain to you guys how to equip your characters and boost them up to the maximum. And that's going to conclude this episode of Let's Play Lost Odyssey. Join me for the next episode where we're going to be heading back into the Great Ancient Ruins, and we're going to be finishing up a few side quests in there. So I hope this video was useful, and I'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Let's Play Lost Odyssey.